Welcome to a short update on the markets as the markets have opened up and they are correcting again. It's still the same old, so we're going to look at what the markets are bringing at this point and what levels you should be looking at if you want to get into it, or whether you should not be into the markets at this point at all. Before we continue, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to this YouTube channel if you do enjoy the content. Also make sure to check out our trade letter, which is completely free and is 3 times per week, giving you all the data that you need when it comes to the crypto markets and macroeconomics. And then finally, also check out our premium membership, which is including my portfolio, more trade ideas on Forex and crypto, and we'll be launching copy trading during this month. Now, when we're looking at the markets, that is not the right ticker. I'm still not on the right pace here. What do we see? We do see that the Nasdaq has been going up. US has been going up at the start. Took out all the highs actually. And then we started cascading south, in which we are back in the range. It's not looking too great. We are looking at Tesla. It dropped all the way back down again. As we can see here, it's going back towards the range lows. Still not looking too strong at this point, and we might be in for a little bit lower towards 95-ish on Tesla, as we can see the weakness here. But US opened up and it's not a good sign. Dollar has been crawling up a little bit, as you can see. The daily is looking quite strong, so we do see some momentum when it comes to the dollar, and that ultimately resulted into crypto also showing weakness. So in this case, we have been discussing the higher time frames and stated that it's needed to close or break through a few levels, right? If it's not able to do so, we might be in for further corrections south. So the level around 16.8 to 17k is a crucial one Bitcoin has to break through in order to prevent a market breakdown. And in this case, we are clearly rejecting there, as we can see on the lower time frames. So we've got this wick here at 16.4, then a retest at 16.5, which got us all the way towards 16.8 through which the liquidity has been taken here. However, we can see that we couldn't break through it, and therefore you need to find support, and therefore we are getting into the area which is ultimately very, very important for the markets, as this area here is the area where we started. So in order to prevent yourself from crawling all the way back towards a lower level, as in 16.1 and 15.7 looks likely at this point, you need to hold above 16.5.5 to 16.6. If we do lose these levels, the markets are going to lose all these lows here. And you can clearly start looking for 16.1 and 15.7 next. So it's important that if the markets want something, we need to bounce from these regions here, and if we're not going to do it, it's going to be painful for the market, and we're going to fall back even more. So that's what we're looking at when it comes to Bitcoin at this point. Nasdaq, the same view. We're still seeing a big red candle for the day. We've still got economic data kicking in relatively later this week, so it's important to see what's coming out of there. If we take out these lows, probably some acceleration is going to take place, resulting into crypto overall also starting to fall again. Now when we're looking at Ether, we can see the exact same upwards pressure. So breakout of this level got towards 1225, and now we are retesting the previous breakout level for support. If this one is going to sustain as support, it's a good signal. We can test back on the highs, and we can start crawling and potentially break towards 1270. And then we've got the entire issue of Gemini and DCG still coming up, which is going to be the biggest question of the week, I guess, when it comes to crypto. So therefore, you should always be relatively patient when it comes to the positions. They are very tricky at this point. The final needle still needs to get out of the markets, which is the Barry Shilbert. But if you're looking at Ether as well here, you're looking at a potential case of an entry point. And even though you're not sure whether it's going to break through this high at 1215, it looks to be as in we have been testing this resistance many times, and we are getting into the area for support again, and therefore this is the zone that you should be looking at, because if you see these lows here, and if we lose these lows, So if we drop beneath 1192, it's going to cause a chain reaction through which you're getting at 1165 first, but then you're most likely going to look at lower boundaries at 1093 before we're going to get into new lows even. So if you want to sustain this sort of momentum here, you want to clearly hold up, and you want to clearly see it hold above 1195 to 1205 here, and then we can start having like a structure in which we just dip in, go sideways, and then start breaking out at a later point this week. That's what you want to see if you want to see upwards pressure. If you want to see downwards pressure, you just want to see a breakdown of 1192. And I know it's a very boring market at this stage, but it's going to grant you still risk-reward ratios, which are fine if you have proper risk management in place. Bitcoin at the level of support as well. It's critical. You don't want to see it drop beneath, because then we start accelerating. So that's the update for today. It's a short one. I will be making longer ones in the coming few days. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll see you again soon.